This is a matchup that I've been thinking about covering for the longest time. What happens when two of anime and manga's most arrogant perfectionists clash? Today we'll be diving deep into one of the most requested but surprisingly one-sided matchups within power scaling. In this video, I'm going to be analysing the nihilistic Ulquiorra Cifer versus Dr. Gero's greatest creation, Perfect Cell. Now this is more than just who is going to be able to hit harder. I'm going to be breaking down several metrics, so hopefully by the end of this video you'll understand why Perfect Cell versus Ulquiorra is not close. Again, I make these videos because I enjoy breaking down matchups between two characters who have never fought or could never fight within their respective worlds. For the purposes of this video, both Ulquiorra and Perfect Cell will be fighting within a neutral dimensional space. Think about the Room of Spirit and Time from Dragon Ball, or the vast expanse of Muken from Bleach. Now this eliminates any environmental advantages, and it prevents either fighter from using planetary destruction as a cheap victory condition. The version of Perfect Cell we'll be using will be him at his peak power level from the Cell games, so this does include Super Perfect Cell when he returns from self-detonating. And when it comes to Ulquiorra, he will be in his complete Segunda Etapa form, with both fighters at their absolute strongest. Neither of them will have prep time, there's no outside interference, and both will start at full power with complete knowledge that they're in a one-to-one death battle. Victory conditions are simple, it's either complete incapacitation or death. Cell's regeneration and Ulquiorra's healing factor have both been allowed too, thus making this a battle that will truly test at least one of their limits. Let's go over a basic overview of each of the characters, beginning with Perfect Cell. Now he represents the peak of artificial evolution within Dragon Ball. He was created by Dr. Gero using DNA from the universe's greatest fighters. Cell achieved his perfect form after he had absorbed androids 17 and 18. And he contains the cells of warriors like Piccolo, Goku, Vegeta, and even Frieza when he had arrived on Earth. He's not just powerful, he's the embodiment of calculated superiority, as he hosts the Cell games in order to prove his dominance over the strongest warriors of Earth. Cell has some of the most insane feats in power scaling. He casually overpowered Super Saiyan Vegeta and Trunks in his perfect form. He tanked Vegeta's final flash, losing an arm only to then regenerate it, and he was also seen to regenerate from near complete destruction after he had detonated himself during the Cell games. And his most impressive feat is after he is resurrected as Super Perfect Cell, he made the direct statement during his final Kamehameha clash with Gohan that he had gathered enough ki power to destroy not only the Earth but the entire solar system as well. This is a claim that's been backed by multiple guidebooks, and it's not really been contradicted in universe. After he was resurrected as Super Perfect Cell, he gained a significant Zenkai power boost that put him on par with Super Saiyan 2 Gohan. Now we're talking about a being who went toe-to-toe with the strongest warrior that Earth has ever produced at this point in the story. Cell's moveset is absurd as he wields Goku's Kamehameha with destructive precision, Vegeta's Big Bang attack, Piccolo's regeneration and his special beam cannon, as well as Frieza's death beam. His perfect barrier can also deflect planet-busting attacks, while his instant transmission provides tactical mobility that most opponents are unable to counter. The real kicker is that his perfect regeneration allows him to survive as long as his core remains intact, and his Saiyan DNA means that every near-death experience makes him stronger. When he finds himself to be outnumbered, he can easily spawn Cell Juniors who can fight on his behalf. In the other corner, we have Ulquiorra Cifer, who stands as the 4th ranking Espada within Aizen's army. He represents the aspect of death known as emptiness or nihilism. Unlike the other Arrancar, Ulquiorra possesses something unique, and this is a second release. This is a form that even Aizen hadn't seen, thus making him the only Espada with this capability. His cold, calculating nature and his philosophical outlook on existence had made him one of Bleach's most compelling villains. The dominance that Ulquiorra displays over Ichigo was complete and terrifying. He effortlessly defeated Bankai Ichigo with his Hollow Mask activated without even drawing his sword. In his first Resurrection Murcielago, he overpowered the same Ichigo who had grown significantly stronger, especially after defeating Grimmjow. His Segunda Etapa was so overwhelming that it took Ichigo's full Hollow Vastalore transformation in order to defeat him. Ulquiorra's Lanza del Relámpago created explosions explosions that dwarfed Los Noches' fortress, and his spiritual pressure in Segunda Etapa was described by Uryu to be as incomprehensibly dense, like an ocean that has been suspended in the sky. Ulquiorra's moveset revolves around precision and overwhelming spiritual pressure. His Zero Oscuras in released form is 10 times more powerful than a standard Zero, and it can devastate fortress-sized structures. Luz de la Luna provides versatile energy constructs for both ranged and melee combat. Then his high-speed regeneration operates at incredible efficiency, allowing him to regrow limbs instantly. Most importantly, his Segunda Etapa grants him the Lanza del Relampago. These are energy spears that create massive explosions, and then you have his whip-like tail for additional combat options. Ulquiorra's Segunda Etapa form is terrifying and one of the most well-kept secrets within the Espada. Let's now compare their abilities. Now the difference between Bleach and Dragon Ball characters is in their energy systems. Cell operates on Ki, which is a quantifiable energy source that scales mathematically through power levels that have been well established within the lore via these scouters that Frieza and his men wear. Ulquiorra, on the other hand, utilizes spiritual pressure, which functions more through hierarchical dominance and density rather than raw numbers. Cell's versatility stems from his genetic sampling of multiple fighters' techniques. He can adapt mid-battle by using Goku's fighting instincts, and then he can go to Vegeta's pride-driven power boosts or Piccolo's tactical analysis. This makes him unpredictable, so it's hard to question his arrogant personality, as he definitely has the skills to back up his trash talk. Ulquiorra's abilities focus on overwhelming spiritual pressure and precision strikes. His Pesquisa allows perfect enemy analysis, while his analytical mind dissects opponents' fighting patterns. However, his techniques are more specialized in comparison to Cell's very unique and diverse approach, thanks to all of the cells that he has inherited. In terms of their physical combat ability, Cell's physical strength operates on a planetary scale at the minimum. His casual strikes could overpower an ascended Super Saiyan Vegeta, and his Ki enhanced attacks threatened solar system destruction. The sheer scope of his power puts him in a tier where continental destruction is an afterthought. Comparatively, Ulquiorra's strength in Segunda Etapa allowed him to completely outclass holofied Bankai Ichigo. His strikes could shatter Ichigo's defensive postures and send him crashing through multiple structures. However, Ulquiorra's best feats cap at large country-to-continent levels of destruction. Let's have a look at both of their speed, with Cell's combat speed reaching into massively faster than light plus range, with his instant transmission Kamehameha being calculated at approximately 673 times faster than light. This isn't just reaction time, he maintained extended combat sequences with mastered Super Saiyan Goku, and he intercepted attacks from multiple Z fighters at the same time. With his instant transmission, it adds another layer of speed advantage to Cell, allowing battlefield repositioning which transcends traditional movement. Ulquiorra's speed scaling is actually more impressive than you would think, as he operates at massively faster than light speeds also, calculated at multiple times the speed of light based on speed feats from earlier Bleach arcs. His Segunda Etapa form completely outpaced Hollow Mask Bankai Ichigo, who himself was already operating at faster than light speeds. Most Bleach characters by this point of the Arrancar arc were already massively faster than the speed of light, and Ulquiorra's feats place him well within this category. While both combatants operate at faster than light speeds, the exact multipliers and scaling feats still favor Cell when considering combat application. Cell's speed directly correlates with his power level progression, which goes into the billions, while Ulquiorra's speed, though impressive, comes from a universe with generally lower destructive output at these high speed tiers in comparison to Dragon Ball characters. Like we mentioned several times within this video, Cell has inherited his fighting techniques from several warriors. He has Goku's adaptability, Vegeta's aggressive combinations, Piccolo's strategic striking, and Frieza's cold and ruthless nature. This creates a fighting style that can shift based upon the weaknesses of his opponent. Ulquiorra relies on precise, calculated techniques over flashy combinations. His swordplay is also clinical, with his energy attacks being perfectly aimed. Then you have have the superiority that he demonstrates within aerial combat, which gives him positional advantages. Now, Ulquiorra's style is more rigid in comparison to Cell's adaptive approach. When it comes to intelligence and strategy, Cell's tactical intelligence combines the analytical minds of his genetic sources. His tournament creation showed long-term strategic planning beyond him just targeting and defeating everyone at once. I think he genuinely wanted to put his abilities to the test, as well as for seeking out the thrill of battle and for having some amusement before he decided to destroy the Earth. Ulquiorra's intelligence operates through perfect observation and logical deduction. His Solita Vista allows him to share battlefield information perfectly, and his centuries of combat experience provide him with deep tactical knowledge. However, his emotional blind spots regarding the concept of the heart could be exploited, but I don't think it would be by a character like Cell. Cell edges in this category through sheer versatility of inherited experiences and the ability to adapt his strategy mid-battle based on multiple fighting philosophies. While Ulquiorra has centuries of battlefield knowledge, Cell also has decades of combined experience thanks to the cells that he has inherited from the strongest warriors to have ever set foot on Earth. Cell has incredible durability, especially with the defensive advantages with his regeneration mechanics. Unlike what many assume, Cell's regenerative nucleus isn't fixed to his head. It can actually shift position within his body, thus making targeted destruction nearly impossible without complete atomization. As long as the core remains, he can regenerate from a single cell, and each resurrection through near death makes him exponentially stronger thanks to the Saiyan cells within his body, which grant him the Zenkai power boost. Ulquiorra's high-speed regeneration operates differently and with some limitations. While he can instantly regrow limbs and restore most physical damage, he explicitly states that he cannot regenerate his brain tissue or internal organs. This is a weakness that proved fatal against Vastolorde Ichigo. This does create a clear win condition that just doesn't exist with Perfect Cell. So if Cell were to land some precise strikes to Ulquiorra's vital organs, then it could permanently end the Arrancar, while Cell requires complete molecular destruction in order to ensure that he won't revive himself and be stronger than ever before. The stamina difference compounds this disparity, with Cell's absorption of 17 and 18 granting him near limitless energy reserves for extended combat, while Ulquiorra showed clear fatigue during his prolonged battle with Ichigo despite his impressive endurance. We're now going to be looking at each of their ultimate abilities. When it comes to Cell's Solar Kamehameha, it represents solar system levels of destructive potential. As Super Perfect Cell during his beam clash with Gohan states that he had gathered enough ki to blow away not only the Earth but the solar system as well. Combine this with his perfect barrier for defense and instant transmission for positioning, he can deliver solar system ending attacks while remaining mobile and protected from the collateral damage. Ulquiorra's Lanza del Relámpago, on the other hand, in his Segunda Etapa creates explosions that dwarf the size of Los Noches, which at most is country or continent levels of damage. While it is impressive, it does cap at that large country level of destruction in comparison to Cell's ability to destroy solar systems. Now, there are some weaknesses that we do need to discuss. Cell's overconfidence often leads him to allow opponents to power up or reveal their full strength, as he demonstrates with Gohan. His perfect form psychology makes him crave worthy challenges rather than efficient victories, and this is a weakness that he has inherited from the Saiyan cells within his body. It's exactly the same reason behind why Vegeta had allowed Cell to attain his perfect form. In terms of Ulquiorra's weaknesses, it's those regeneration limitations around his vital organs, which provides a clear victory condition for his opponent. Ulquiorra's rigid, nihilistic worldview also makes him vulnerable to fight against opponents with unending determination and resilience, as he questions why they are fighting outside of his logical expectations. A direct energy clash between Solar Kamehameha and Lanza del Relámpago would heavily favor Cell. This is due to the massive scale difference between them. Ulquiorra's best hope lies in precision strikes targeting Cell's regeneration core, but this would require him to reduce Cell down to his atoms and to wipe him out from existence. Like how Gohan had done on with the Kamehameha clash, but Cell's speed and instant transmission makes this extremely difficult to achieve. Gohan, despite being a Super Saiyan 2, only won against Cell with the combined effort of the other Z warriors, especially Vegeta, who had attacked Cell directly, which distracted Cell long enough for Gohan to give that final push which had eventually defeated him. Ulquiorra, in this situation where he is fighting on his own, literally stands no chance. Now let's have a look at some unpredictable wild cards within this matchup. Cell's psychological warfare may give him a slight edge here, as he could potentially exploit Ulquiorra's philosophical nature. His ability to adapt fighting styles mid-battle using different genetic templates provides unpredictable tactical shifts, which Ulquiorra would undoubtedly find hard to keep up with. Ulquiorra's nihilistic emotional detachment may actually work against him here, as his inability to understand emotional concepts like determination or rage could blind him to Cell's potential power escalations, thanks to his Saiyan blood cells, which give him that Saiyan pride and his excitement for battle. This fight does demonstrate the fundamental difference between tier levels in power scaling. While in a lot of the videos that I've made, Bleach outscales some of the characters that we've discussed, within this matchup with the Dragon Ball character, even somebody as powerful as Ulquiorra struggles massively against an individual like Perfect Cell. While Ulquiorra dominates within his own series through superior technique and unique abilities, Perfect Cell operates on a scale that makes their contest mathematically one-sided. When it comes to power, Cell wins decisively, comparing his solar system level versus Ulquiorra's country level of destruction. Now when it comes to speed, Cell edges out with his way faster than the speed of light scaling, especially with Cell's instant transmission, which he learns from Goku. In terms of movesets and technique, Cell's versatility overcomes Ulquiorra's precision-based approach in battle. In terms of combat intelligence, Cell's multi-source experience provides him with way more options than Ulquiorra's singular experience. Again, Perfect Cell possesses the genetics of the greatest warriors on Earth. In terms of durability and stamina, Cell's superior regeneration scope wins long term, with him being able to regenerate his entire body including organs as long as his core is intact. And we know that while Ulquiorra can instantly regenerate limbs, he is unable to regenerate his brain or his vital organs. Even in optimal scenarios where Ulquiorra lands his strongest attacks, Cell's regeneration and power scaling suggests that he could tank the damage and retaliate with planet-ending force. Ulquiorra's precision strikes represent his only path to victory, but Cell's speed advantage makes such precision extremely unlikely to connect. Even if Ulquiorra aims for Cell's core, Cell can easily move the core around in his body, like he had done with Goku's instant transmission Kamehameha, which had blown the top half of Cell's body. Cell was able to regenerate from the attack because he was able to quickly move his core towards the lower half of his body. I even ran a community poll on the channel, and at the time of making this video it had 10,000 votes, with 69% of people voting that Perfect Cell would win, with 31% thinking that Ulquiorra would win. I think that fans have been very generous here with Ulquiorra. In this matchup, it's pretty much 95% chance that Cell is gonna win, and if by some miracle, there's about a 5% chance that Ulquiorra could come out of this fight alive. Even the most dedicated of Bleach fans need to recognize the difference in power here. Perfect Cell completely outclasses Ulquiorra. So yeah, with this sheer difference in the power scale between these two characters, it's less of a fight and more of an execution. But we have reached the point of the video where I want to hand over the discussion to all of you. What do you guys think about the matchup between Perfect Cell and Ulquiorra? If there's anything that I've forgotten to mention, then let me know in the comments. And also leave your suggestions for what other matchup you want me to analyze and break down next. This could be a fight between two Bleach characters, or one Bleach character, one non-Bleach character, or I could look at completely different universes. Whatever you guys want to see, I'm willing to make a video for it. So yeah, let me know your recommendations in the comments, and lastly, thanks for making it to the end of this one, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. A massive thank you goes out to all of my amazing Patreon supporters for helping to make this video possible. If you also want to support the channel and see your name in the end of my videos, then check out my Patreon, which has loads of perks like early video access and so much more. Thank you for sticking around till the end of the video, and whatever you contribute will mean a lot to me.